Have you experienced sexism at work in your life as a form of discrimination because you're a female? And if so, what?
I haven't, to tell you the truth, in the work field. When I worked, it was mostly with women, and in fact, I don't remember any man working in the grade school where I worked, except the janitor. So I can't say I ever experienced any sexism.
Okay. Well, my next question is like, in the past 15 or 20 years, have you experienced any discrimination based on your age and like anything like that?
I really haven't. No.
Okay. So, but would you say that maybe because there are no males working at the schools back then, would you say that is sexism, maybe?
It could be. That could be sexism because there weren't any in my day. I never had a male teacher in elementary school. I don't even think I have one in high school, and I went to an all-girls high school, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't have had that. We should have had male teachers, but we didn't. But also in high school, and it's just because of my age, we didn't have sports at the time. I was in high school in the 50s. Can you believe it? We girls did not have any sports in our school.
So, were you a little disappointed by that? Did you want to ever play sports and go play basketball or something for high school?
I would love, now looking back, I wish yes. At the time, I didn't think too much about it because I was going to a all-girls school. And nobody else in the city had women's sport. They just didn't have women teams. That's all pretty much a thing since the 70s, I would say, when sports teams for women were acknowledged and in a big way. I do know that in Iowa they had women's basketball, but my high school didn't have it in Iowa or Nebraska.
Okay, so which one, if you were experiencing either type of discrimination based on age or sex, which one do you think would be most frustrating for you or most hurtful?
Oh, boy. That's a tough question. I don't know that I can answer that one would be worse than the other. I think they both would be very difficult. I tell you what, I think, and this is just an aside, I think that in my experience, and maybe it's the age I'm in, the bracket I'm in, or the people I'm surrounded by are very, I would say, very well educated, and they're people who wouldn't be discriminatory, I don't think. I just think that I run in a circle of people who, because of their education, we don't see discrimination.
Well, that's a good thing then.
Well, I guess so. I run around with the right people, maybe. I do think that I have seen discrimination from men. I will say this, on anything political or where they don't give a woman time to explain her point of view. I think I have seen that. And ignore elderly people. Not speaking of myself, I'm speaking of, people who are probably in their 80s and 90s or who are seemingly stable. And I feel like those people are being discriminated against by people who don't listen to them or who don't approach them with the same warmth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
I think sometimes really elderly people, we have to give them a chance to speak and listen to them. I think that's where I see more discrimination that way.
Yeah. We kind of forget about them and think they don't know anything anymore. It's a new world.
Right. And all it takes a lot of times is just asking them a question. I used to see that at my mom's when my mom was in the nursing home. If you just ask them a question, sometimes the right question, you have a very interesting take on answering you and feeling really worthwhile a lot.
Yeah.
But that's where I see more discrimination than I'd like to see.